I cannot believe this movie exists. Or more specifically, I cannot believe this movie exists in 4K and in the form that it has come to us. This is exciting. When I saw this, I was beyond thrilled, and I knew I had to have it. And it's a limited edition from Vinegar Syndrome. And if you're familiar with that label, they license films from the studios and then print them in Blu-ray or 4K, and they do really cool packaging with a lot of the films. And this one is an exceptional example of what can really be done when somebody puts the love and care and attention into a film that it deserves. What is the movie that I'm talking about? Well, here it is. Cloak and Dagger from 1984. This is a film from my childhood that is seared into my memory. I grew up watching this movie. This movie was one of my favorites when I was a young kid, and it made such an impact on my brain. There are so many images from this movie that thrilled me and, quite frankly, freaked the heck out of me. This movie was truly scary to me as a young kid, but it's such a great movie for a kid of the 80s. And it's a pretty, I was going to say a typical film, but in many ways not. It really is an exceptional film. Maybe I'm looking at it through nostalgic eyes, but regardless, I loved this movie. And when I saw that Vinegar Syndrome was coming out with a special collector's edition, I knew I had to have it. Absolutely. And I got it, and I was even more impressed with it once I got it, because clearly somebody at Vinegar Syndrome loves this movie as much as I do. They clearly watched this movie as a kid, loved the movie, and decided, you know what? We are going to go above and beyond to give this movie the treatment that it deserves. Right from the beginning, the packaging, this movie, it's got this incredibly well-built, thick case. It's embossed. The title here, it's got like a, it's not just embossed. It's got like a special kind of almost rubbery coating. It's the tactile feel. It feels really cool across the label here where it says Cloak and Dagger. And every single element, there's so many details on this design. You've got like up here at the top, like little things like press 1, player start, credits 1, because the story of the movie is that this boy comes across a game cartridge, like an Atari cartridge, that has special government plans embedded in it, and these arms dealers are trying to get it and sell it, and he's trying to thwart their plans. And so because it's buried in a game cartridge, there's like a video game theme throughout the packaging and throughout the movie. And so you've got, like I say, like press 1, player start, and then all these little details. Every single one of these images all come straight from the movie. And when I opened this up, when it was delivered to me and I opened it up, my jaw just hit the floor. I couldn't believe it. I looked at it, and even though it has been many decades since I've seen this movie, every single one of these images jumped out at me, and I knew exactly where they came from in the film. When I said this movie is seared into my brain, I'm not joking. Like every single one of these images in pictures, I was like, oh, I know what that is. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. And so I'm going to go through, I have to share with you. This is just so much fun. I have to share with you every single one of what these images are. But first, why is this the most expensive movie in my collection? Well, as I mentioned, this is a limited run edition from Vinegar Syndrome. I don't know how many they made. Maybe 1,000 copies? 10,000? I don't know. I can't imagine it was more than 10,000. It was probably maybe a couple thousand. I pre-ordered it. I got it. It's now out of print. If you want this, you're going to have to pay for it. You can go on eBay, and I found listings with taxes and shipping. You're looking at over $200 to buy this. And as a collector's item, I can't imagine anything cooler than this. And I'm not even a collector. Like, I don't get into stuff, but this is super, super cool. So, well, first I'm going to go through from a high level, the plot of the movie so that these pictures will make sense. So a boy, Davy, played by Henry Thomas from E.T., he's got an absentee father, and so he imagines this friend, this superhero, not superhero, but like a special forces army guy, as kind of the surrogate for his absentee dad, and they both just happen to be played by Dabney Coleman. His dad plays Dabney Coleman, and then this imaginary fictional friend that he has is also played by Dabney Coleman. So his dad is not there for him, and so he imagines this super cool army guy that looks like his dad. And then he also has his friend Kim, and he kind of likes to live in this imaginary world where he's always going on these special spy missions and doing these things, and so he imagines all these scenarios. Well, in real life, he encounters a real life spy thing where he intercepts the transaction or a guy trying to steal government secrets, and they're hidden in this game cartridge. And he sees this guy get killed. Anyways, from a high level, he now has people coming after him because he knows what happened, and he has the game cartridge, and so they're coming after him. And he has a friend, Morris, who's like a video game guy, and so he takes it to him, and Morris gets killed because they're there to take the game cartridge. And so, I mean, these are serious guys that they're dealing with. That's the thing. This is a kid's movie, but it's not just a kid in peril. It is like serious peril. These guys mean business. They are killers. You literally see people get killed because they're trying to get this game cartridge. And so the stakes could not be higher. And so as a young kid watching this movie, it was truly terrifying to see this kid being chased by these assassins who are trying to kill him. And again, it's a kid's movie, but they play it very straight, and it was scary. Like it was scary. It was a scary movie. But a ton of fun. It was so much fun. So, okay, so I'm going to go through each one of these pictures just because they are so cool. So you look at this styling and of the artwork, and it's really, really cool. But this wasn't just random. This styling in the movie, there is a shot of the boy and the girl talking on their radios, and in the background is an arcade machine, and on the side of the arcade box is a graphic of the game. That style has been reproduced with the same coloring and the same type artwork on the cover here. Okay, so obviously you've got the main character, Davy, played by Henry Thomas, and he's got the walkie-talkie, and his friend Kim also has a walkie-talkie. That happens in the movie. You've got his friend, Jack Flack, his imaginary friend, and then at a point in the movie, he befriends these older people. He just happens to run into these older people, this older couple, but they are actually part of this scheme to steal these government plans. So they're actually bad guys. But he doesn't know that at first, and you, the viewer, don't know it either until it's finally revealed, and he figures it out because he knows that some of the bad guys have one of them only is missing 2 fingers on his hand, and then it's revealed that the woman is missing 2 fingers, and that scene just freaked the heck out of me as a kid. And it was just, I don't know, it's just scary. Like, it's interesting to me that this movie, I mean, obviously it was made for kids, but this is back in the 80s. This movie came out in 1984, and I don't know that they would make a kids movie like this today, like this much danger and this much, I don't know if they'd do it. But anyways, and then, well, I'll come back to this image in a moment. But on the back here, this is his friend Morris, and he's sipping his soda, and he's got the multi-sided die here that play a role in the very beginning of the game because he's rolling the die to see how his adventure game goes, and then the Atari game controller, and then the dudes, the assassins shooting him, they're right there, these green silhouette, but that's taken straight from the movie. And then the climax of the movie ends in an airplane, and then there's a bomb on the airplane, and his dad rescues him, his actual dad, not Jack Flack. His dad comes to his rescue in the plane, and at the end, the plane explodes, and Davy thinks that his dad has died in the plane explosion. And then his dad comes walking out, and first you just see a silhouette. And first he looks like Jack Flack, the silhouette, but as he comes into view, it's revealed that it's actually his dad, and his dad has escaped the explosion, and they have a moment, and it's wonderful, and it's great. And this movie is great, and this packaging, it just thrills me each time I look at it, and it's so cool. And then inside, there's a shot taken straight from the video game. This is the little dude that you play in the video game, because it's a video game cartridge, but it's an actual game. And so you have to play the game, and you have to beat all the levels, and then at the end, that's where you access these plans for this government stealth invisible jet or something like that. But then you've got the movie itself, and this is a really cool touch. So this is like a pull ribbon so that you can pull it out without damaging it. And I'll just set that down for a second. So you've got this is the actual movie case, and so you've got this, and it's styled with the labeling. It's styled like a video game, and it's like, and the name of the video game is Cloak and Dagger in the movie. And then it's pretty standard on the back with the synopsis and the characters and everything. But this slipcover is so cool because it's totally like the case of the game with the styling from the game. And this right here is kind of hard to see, but there's a price sticker on the slipcover here, and it's not printed on. It's raised. This is an actual sticker that is raised up, and it's $9.97 is the price, which is totally believable that a game would cost $10 in 1984. And then on the back, it's even got even more details. It's got a synopsis of the movie, but then it's like one player or with imaginary friend, and then it's starring, the different actors and all these details. And so that slipcover is just way cool. And then inside the case, you've got both the 4K and the Blu-ray. And the Blu-ray, the styling, the art, I think this is from the original styling cover of the movie, is printed on the Blu-ray, and then the 4K is like the cover for the video game. And it's just so cool. And then not only all of that, but on top of all that, I'll just set that down here, there is this booklet that comes with it that is a lot of details about the making of the movie, and it's got all of this background stuff. I found this so fascinating. There's so much information in here, pictures from the movie, and a lot of details, interviews. This is just great. This booklet was so cool. And then at the back of the box, this is kind of a nice touch. It says "Game Over." I thought that was kind of a cool little touch. And clearly, this was a labor of love. Somebody put a lot of thought and a lot of care into designing this and making this just so cool. And I just love this 4K so much. I love this whole box set, this whole thing. This is a part of my childhood that I'll always think of fondly, and I'm just beyond thrilled that this exists. Thanks for watching.